The first event in Greenville is happening Sunday. Anybody interested in playing the course? We have a tournament layout, so 18 holes are playable now. We're skipping hole 16, and I put a temporary hole in to make up for it. But course has really come a long way. We started installing it earlier this year, and to get to this point where we have 18 playable holes, almost half of which have paver tee pads and disc catcher pros. The other 9 disc catcher pros are on the way, but apparently they got held up with the port strike, so hopefully they'll be arriving soon and then finish Greenville up. But it's been a lot of work this year, and just happy to see the course finally taking shape and looking forward to seeing people play on Sunday.
Randy says that you can just show up on Sunday and that you can play your own discs. Is that true?
You could try. Yeah, see how that goes. You do bring your own disc. It is a C tier. If this comes out Friday, it's on Sunday, so I think you could still sign up. Plenty of space. The course is new, so a lot of the tee pads are crushed stone, earth, playing on some disc catcher sports on half the holes.
What's the longest hole?
700 plus.
Is it?
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I don't know where you're putting hole 18's actual basket, but I'm pretty sure I beamed that one at like 740.
That's probably the longest one then. There's another par 5 we're not playing, but hole 18 is a big bomber, downhill, uphill, pro par 4. That's whatever Corey beamed it at. And let me see, actually, according to UDisc.
Is it hole 2 where you throw in the field and out to the corner of the...
Yeah, that's uphill.
Yeah.
That plays like 800.
That one plays pretty long, and 17 is, I think, like 430 or 460 downhill par 3.
Yeah, 17 is a beautiful, slightly downhill, 460-foot par 3. For pros, for AMs, it'll be par 4. But yeah, the course is on UDisc. It's very tough to navigate without UDisc. I did have some directional stuff, but there was some vandalism that took place. So I'm going to wait until a day or two before the tournament to put up more navigational direction for the tournament. According to UDisc, hole 18 is 728 feet. It's probably the longest hill.
All right. How many of those are there? Over 400?
A lot.
Okay.
Let me see, 6. Yeah.
All right. Good to know.
Yeah, so I'm gonna keep the layout the same for pros and AMs. There'll be a couple of holes where the par is different, but we'll keep everybody on the same layout for propagators. That way the ratings are more accurate.
Yeah, the more people you have playing the same layout, right?
Yeah, it'll just be when they look on PDGA, the par will be different than, say the AM, because there's certain holes there that I think are really good for the AMs as a par 4, but they're kind of soft for pros. And then vice versa, there's some really good par 3s that are good for the pros that might be a little soft for an AM.
All right, sounds good. Welcome to the Hudson Valley Disc Golf Podcast. This week we got Corey, Jason, Alex, Randy, Jaimen, and our guest this week, the Claymissioner Kaitlyn Clay, joining us the week before New York Team Challenge begins. So, Kaitlyn, what have you been up to since the last time we spoke? Have you played?
I have not been playing too much disc golf.
Any Ultimate?
Dang, I forget when we recorded last. I can't remember if that was prior to my regional tournament or after.
I think you qualified for regionals. I don't know if we heard what happened with that.
Okay, yeah. My team went to regionals. I think it was the weekend of 21st, 22nd of September. We did very poorly, but it was to be expected. So we went out there. We had fun. We won one game, which is an accomplishment. We didn't come in last.
Didn't you say it was the first time for a decade or something that a team from the area made it?
It's been a very long time since a mixed team from the Albany area has gone.
Would some people even say that it's been a minute?
A minute, yeah, a hot minute.
But you guys won a match, so that's something. How many matches do you play when you do those?
We played 6 and we won 1.
How long did this thing last?
It was 2 days, it was Saturday, Sunday. And so we played 3 games Saturday, 2 games Sunday, and each game is about an hour and a half.
Okay. See, these are the type of questions I would have imagined by now I would have asked Randy. He's on every week, but
you rarely go and play one game against another team. You usually go and play tournaments, which are always Saturday, Sunday, 3 games each day.
Like round robin or?
Sometimes it's round robin, but most of the time it's pools, 2, 3, 4 pools of 4 teams, and you'll like play your pool and then go into a bracket on Sunday.
Mm-hmm. Used to do that with wiffle ball back in the day.
Yeah.
You also played at Discat Presents the Battle of Saratoga 22
Yep.
in Middle Grove, New York. Tournament director Mike Schwartz, assistant tournament director Joe Gaspardi. Had 69 players. Was there any thought of playing Warwick?
Me? No. I did Warwick Pro. That's enough for me for 1 year at Warwick. So I'm content with my one Warwick weekend.
And I assume you've played the Battle of Saratoga before?
I know I've played April Showers a few years for sure. Battle of Saratoga maybe have only played one other time. I'm usually pretty busy in October, so I never get out there.
You did not play Battle of Saratoga last year.
Yeah, I think it was 2022. Oh, I played MPO in 2022. I did pretty well. I did better than this year,
bagger.
that's for sure. I did way better than this year. Woof.
You said MPO in 2022?
Yeah, and I didn't play in 2021. So yeah, I think I only played one other time.
Is it the same layout?
Yeah.
Whether you played MPO or FPO?
Yeah, same layout.
It's one of those courses where everybody's playing the same layout anyway, right?
Yeah, everyone's on the same everything. Yep.
Are there more than one layout? Alex and I would like to know since we've never played there before.
No, one layout, one tee, one basket.
How was this weekend?
This weekend's okay. Like I said, I haven't been playing much disc golf, so wasn't expecting too much. Although I generally do play pretty well at Heiser. So my first round was really good. I think I was like 1 over, and then second round I just kind of crumbled and shot like 5 over. To put it in perspective, I think April Showers this past year I shot 6 under overall, so I shot 12 strokes worse. But I had some cool shots on hole 8. I had an eagle look, so that was really cool. I was like probably circle's edge putting for eagle, and I hit the cage, so that was cool.
So you pulled a Mucelli and almost eagled it.
Oh, I almost eagled it. Yeah. And that's probably one of my only almost eagles, so it's a lot cooler.
Now you can join the club of almost eaglers.
Yeah. But other than that, overall, my round was pretty non-exciting.
You said you shot -6. Was that was this year's?
That was this year's April Showers, yeah.
You said 2022 playing MPO, you shot even.
Mm-hmm. I'm on a downward trajectory.
This might be a dumb question, but I feel like it's worth asking. When you're in a small field and like you kind of already build quite a lead in the beginning, or even if you just have a lead that's pretty wide at some point in the tournament, like is it hard to stay motivated as opposed to like if you're fighting for a position?
I think for me personally, yeah, I find myself getting these mental lapses of like kind of maybe shooting a shot and you're like, why did I just do that? I don't understand why I did that. I never do something like that. Whereas like if you're like having competition, you're really close, you kind of stay focused more. And I think like generally the people you're playing against, if you're close, are also focused. So it helps you stay focused even more, if that makes sense.
Yeah. There was only one other person in FPO. What other players did you play with? Who filled out your card?
Yeah, we played with the FA2 women, so Amanda, Dunbar, and CK, which was a very fun card all day. So no complaints there.
Well, you throw in lack of pressure and then a fun card, and yeah, I mean, sometimes a fun card is one of those cards that's super competitive too, so fun goes both ways.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't know enough about ratings, though. You're still good to keep that 900.
I'm hoping. I mean, 5 points is a pretty big drop in general, and like how many rounds? So I have a lot of rounds.
Yeah, you have way too many events to like change more than maybe 2 in any update.
I have 75 total rounds within my rating, so I don't think it will drop too much. Maybe 1 or 2. So,
What events do you have coming up or anything?
This weekend, I'm playing on Sunday the NIFA finals.
Where's that?
That's in Devens, Massachusetts, like 2 hours and 45 minutes from here. The following weekend, I have 2 events, actually. There's a all-women's event at Clement Farms, which I've never played there, but it's a very large FPO field of like 22 FPO players.
Where's that?
That's in Western Mass, Clement Farms. And then the following day on Sunday, I actually qualified for the Massachusetts Grand Prix, and that's at Maple Hill. So I'll be playing that on Sunday.
So that's like car racing?
Yeah.
It looks like you're signed up for the Blaze and Beacon?
Yeah.
Nice.
Wait, the Beacon, who's he?
Beacon Blaze.
Blaze.
You make it sound way too formal saying the Blaze at Beacon.
because I call it the Blaze, and then I realized in my head, oh, other people might not know, so I said at Beacon. Does that make sense? Like,
Yeah.
so.
It sounds like the Open at Belton, the Blaze at Beacon.
All right. A couple other people played at the Battle of Saratoga. Let me go through the other results, and then I'll build the anticipation for MPO. In the MA3 division, mixed to amateur 3, Highland Mike Warner is your winner by 2 strokes over Eric Struna. Krista Kovac won FA2. Looks like she was tied with Amanda Dunbar and must have won it in a playoff. Did anybody know about that?
Yes, that's correct.
Do you know how many holes it went?
I don't.
2, 3.
4. Just naming numbers.
I'm looking right at it. It's on the hole scores. They played 3 holes.
Oh.
Krista won it with a birdie on hole 3.
Do they just start at hole 1 and go? Is that how it works?
Huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Randy came in and acting like he was just being the nonchalant, making a joke. Jaimen tries to correct him. Meanwhile, Randy is actually holding the facts.
Yeah, I carpooled with the Dunbars, and I was under the impression that it was on hole 2. I guess that something happened on hole 2 that kept it going then.
They both bogeyed hole 2.
I didn't know you entered scores for playoff.
You do now when Mike sets it up.
Oh, yeah. All right. Mixed amateur 2, David Herodes shot even par, beat Andrew DeSalvi by 2 strokes. Mixed amateur 60 plus was Rick Williams. George Brown won mixed amateur 50 by 3 strokes over Chris Sweet.
Chris Sweet also got 2 aces on the day.
Wait, is he the one that got 2 aces? I thought the other one did. Chris Yeager.
No, it's Chris Sweet.
What the hell? I'm going to mute myself. I'm shutting the fuck up for the rest of this.
There are a lot of aces out there.
No, yeah, Chris Sweet aced hole 18 twice. I'm pretty sure.
You are correct.
Randy's got the facts.
I linked it. You guys can all look at it.
Somebody literally told me, during them announcing that Chris Yeager aced hole 2 twice. I don't know what the fuck's going on anymore.
Now I have to find Chris Yeager.
If both of them did it, I'm just leaving.
Yeah, I'm definitely playing the hole wrong.
Wait, what division is Chris Yeager in?
MA2, I think.
No
Yeah,
ace
me too.
in round 2. And there was, ace in round 1, hole 2.
Okay.
One time, but hole 2.
Yes.
Hence our confusion.
I'm looking at Jeff Wachowski's post. It says Chris Yeager parentheses 2 because he aced hole 2.
Oh.
Mike Thomas, I think, also aced hole 18.
He had hole 1.
He got hole 1.
Well,
All right. So that was mixed amateur 50. MA40, Travis West shot a -4 to beat Terry Hudson by 2 strokes. Mikey Botles came in third. MA1, mixed amateur 1, Peter Hodge shot a -15. Justin Park -11 for second place. And Troy Vasari at -7 for third.
What do I remember about Justin Park? I think he eagled hole 16 both times, the creek hole. Randy, hit me with the stats.
Oh, gosh.
Hole 16, MA1, Justin
Yeah,
Park.
yeah. 16. Yep, both rounds. Hole 16.
Yeah. Is that a tough one?
no.
Eagling
death
it both
putt.
times is kind of crazy. You're lucky to get it once, but it's definitely doable. But, I mean, people take 6s and worse on it pretty easily.
Moving over to MP60, Mixed Pro 60, Danny Parton won that division over Greg Kurtz. MP40, Mixed Pro 40, Michael Thomas shot a -16 to Danny White's -9. Looks like -16 was the best day, right?
Yep.
Michael Thomas. As we said before, Kaitlyn Clay is your winner in the FPO division. So we move over to the MPO division. Jaimen, how'd your round go?
My first round was just kind of lackluster. Just kind of bumped along, had a couple good holes here and there. Managed to mess up some golden opportunities. Landed myself I think 2 under after the first round. And then just kind of practiced through lunch because nothing really seemed to be working well enough. And then came back and shot a respectable second round, but not quite enough to really make any waves. It's always tough playing Heiser with how bad the ratings are on that course. It's kind of a little mental mind fuck, I guess, that I kind of paid too much attention to. I think throughout the entire day, my mindset just wasn't there to be really competitive and fighting hard. And it kind of just shone through a couple too many times. So nothing too crazy, nothing great, nothing too horrible either, but not what I was trying for.
You haven't been playing them much recently, though, have you?
No, and it's getting to me. I'm really trying to play a little bit more, and it's just trying to get a lot of things done right now, and those things are winning out over getting some rounds in. So I actually did practice the course. I think I went out there 3 times, which for me, 3 practice rounds is an awful lot, but I wasn't playing any golf in between those. So it's 3 practice rounds and then like an entire week of not playing or practice putting. Kind of did me in a little bit. I definitely missed some putts that I felt like I should have made, but Heiser is a course where you feel like you should be parking the basket for birdie a lot. And I had to make some bigger putts because my drives just weren't nearly as accurate as I needed them to be.
So Team Challenge is coming at the perfect time. It's going to force you to get out and play some rounds, right?
Oh, yeah. And yeah, Team Challenge. I'm looking forward to this weekend for that.
So you ended up tied for 4th with Justin Muccelli.
Yeah, so it came down to the last couple holes. He was on the lead card behind me and I was on the chase card. I was checking the scores the entire time. Nothing really mattered too much. So I was just kind of seeing where I was, seeing if I could beat Corey.
Jaimen, you got to set higher goals for yourself. I'm just not.
Any other weekend that would have been a lower goal, but this weekend it was a pretty high goal. No offense, Corey. But no, I'm just kidding. So it's coming down to the last few holes. I had a few like really great shots and then just like messed it up, or like on hole 17, I had an approach shot that hit just before the basket, maybe 5-10 feet to the left and in front of the basket on the side of the hill. I thought it was absolutely perfect. And it just like rocketed into the rough, like 40 feet past the basket, which is a pretty hard place to make a putt from. Missed that putt. Hole 18, I had a great drive that just kind of skipped to the right. Missed a nervy comebacker, like just facing absolutely nothing. If you've never played that hole, it plays across a ravine. If you're looking back at the basket, the ravine's there and there's just nothing behind it. So if you miss that putt, you could sail into the OB stream. You could easily land yourself with another 45 footer. So I missed that. It rolled away a little bit, made like a 25, 30 footer for the par, which kind of felt like the theme of the day. Hole 1 had a great drive, hit something on the ground, and instead of taking the usual skip forward that it does on that hole, it just stopped dead. Missed another 35 footer and then managed to put it like maybe 18 feet away on 2 to make my birdie putt and cement my tie for last cash, which felt good. You know, when nothing's really working too well, when it comes down to a pressure situation, you're able to execute. That does kind of take the sting away a little bit from not playing that great all day. But yeah, so that was fun. That was tense. It's always a good time playing in a field like that. Right now, I'm annoyed that I didn't play well, but at the same time, I'm always happy that I can go out there and there's that many people to be competing against now. You know, it used to be, all right, who out of Jason and Brett and Harry and Josh were going to show up to play the tournament, and is Tim Giardini not going to play MP40? So seeing so many people out there competing every weekend is certainly great. I just wish they wouldn't be quite so good.
Yeah, 932 is the lowest rating in the division. That's pretty good. What about you, Corey? How'd you do?
Pretty good. The leaves are changing. It's turned into that nice fall weather. So I decided I would, instead of carpool with Brian, I would enjoy a nice solo cruise in the old Eagle Talon on the way up there.
What's that?
That new to me old car that I have.
Oh, okay.
But my morning started off with a potential bad omen, where on the way to the course down the street from my house, I killed a squirrel with the car. And typically, whenever I hit an animal on the way to the course, my tournament is shit. So it seems like that did not transpire this weekend.
It is kind of freaky that you have a basis for that. Like, it's enough to do like a scientific testing a theory kind of thing.
Oh, when it happened, I was not happy. Yeah, I'm like, well, this can only mean one thing. So I was already kind of bummed. But yeah, round 1 was pretty fun. I played with Jaimen, played with Tucker both rounds, and played with Kyle Hirsch. Right? That's who we played with, Jaimen?
Nelson.
Oh, you're right, Adam Nelson. I was going to say, I don't think I played with Kyle both rounds. Either way, I could have made any card with the MPO field, and it would have been a fun card. I mean, I would have played with anybody in the tournament, really, but it's kind of nice to like play a tournament. It's kind of like all your homies or whatever. Anyways, round started off kind of rocky. Like I bogeyed hole 4 and 5, which hole 4 is like a must get par because no one birdies it, but you really shouldn't bogey it. And hole 5 is eagleable, but should also be like kind of a gimme birdie for the open guys. But after that, I was able to play pretty clean, get a couple birdies here and there. I feel like all day I was getting kind of bad reaction, but decided to have a good putting day to make up for it. So I was saving a lot of good pars.
Well, can we get a fact check on that, Randy? Did he play clean? Just to follow
After hole 5, yes.
But overall, I think I only had 3 bogeys on the entire day between both rounds, which I was pretty proud of. But I didn't get any double bogeys, which is, I really don't want to do that. Like I said, I was putting pretty good. I'm always doing a U-disc round. And now if I see that my Open PDGA, if it asks me to do full stats on there, I will. But I was able to putt like 80%, 85% both rounds. I think I only missed like 2 or 3 circle 1 putts, and I think all 3 of those were kind of obstructed. So it was kind of fun battling in the end. Going into round 2, Kyle and Tucker had a pretty good lead on everybody else.
Tucker was at 10 down. Kyle at 9, you were at 5?
Yeah, so, there was a pretty good gap between second and third, and then right behind me was Jasan and Jaimen. So to actually finish just a few strokes off the lead, it actually got kind of crazy because the ladies started on hole 1 both rounds. So MPO, actually I was on lead card both rounds. So yeah, I started on hole 2 both times.
Well, you were on feature card, then lead card, I believe is what we determined.
We've gone over this. I feel like those phrases are synonymous with each other, but I prefer the phrase lead card.
I mean, one's more accurate than the other, but that's cool. All right, go ahead.
So towards the end of the tournament, I had 18 to play and then hole 1. And 18, I actually hit chains pretty hard for the ace, but it didn't stick. So that could have made it a little more interesting coming down the end. I was also able to birdie hole 1 both times, which historically I suck ass at because I'm not a good putter thrower. And it's a short hole throwing downhill with OB around it. So I typically always struggle on that hole, but I was able to birdie both times. So if things went slightly different for myself, I feel like I could have been there with Kyle and Tucker. And then I'm pretty sure that would have been, if I was in there for that tie, that would have been a repeat of Battle of Saratoga last year. Or no, April Showers last year, where the 3 of us were in a 3-way playoff in MPO. A time known by some as the Tomahawk heard round the world. And it was only heard because I blasted the first branch off the tee pad on video. So at least people around the tee pad heard it. But who's to say someone on the other side of the world didn't hear it? But yeah, overall pretty good. Glad I cashed. The weather was great, which is not always the case at Heiser. It could be raining and snowing the same day.
So you came in 3rd place, right? Minus 12.
Yep, made $69.
Nice.
Thanks to Mucelli. Forgot how it worked out, but basically, yeah, ended up getting $69. So that's always cemented in history, according to the PGA.
So Seth Wilson posted on the NIFA site, Corey Cook placed 3rd in MPO with a 974 rated event scoring minus 12. I generally stop at the podium because of how many NIFA members make it, but I can't help but call out Jaimen Hume for his tie for 4th place, just 1 stroke behind Corey. First, it provides some kudos to Corey for his 42% birdie rate that got him to 3rd. Second, Jaimen had a hot round at minus 8, so congrats for that. So I have 2 questions on that. One, wasn't it 2 strokes behind Corey?
2 strokes ahead of Jaimen?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But Jaimen, how do you feel being called out like that by Seth Wilson?
I don't know. I don't like it when people publicly post about Corey beating me.
Yeah.
I mean, that's much worse than talking about it on a podcast. Posting it on Facebook, a lot more people see it. So
I think we should focus on the hot round part.
that's important too. Hot round. That's hot round of the day or just for the round?
Just that round. And it's also shared by 2 AM1 guys. But who's keeping track?
This is one of those courses, though, where it wouldn't surprise you in a 2-round event that one of the quote-unquote lower divisions could have a better round than a pro, right? I mean, isn't it one of those equalizer courses, or am I wrong?
Oh, there's woods all over the place. All the baskets are on slopes and stuff. If your disc is sitting down next to the basket, you can have a really hot round. Not easily. You still have to get there, but it's, the par is pretty soft. I think that Heiser Creek could probably be par 58 and nobody would really get that mad at it.
And right now it's a 54.
It's a 63.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm thinking, I don't know what I was thinking. Yeah, 63. I was looking at the playoff one. For some reason, I think for playoffs, it just makes it 3s.
Yeah, there's probably no layout for that.
Yeah. Again, we could blame Schwartz for including the playoff stats. So 2023 Hudson Valley Disc Golf Podcast Co-Player of the Year Tucker Kozlowski and 2023 Hudson Valley Disc Golf Podcast Co-Player of the Year Kyle Hirsch were tied at minus 15 going into the playoff. Corey, did you watch the playoff or did you just say, guys,
I watched everything. I watched everything. Only a few people did. And if you didn't, you missed out because I'm sure by now Kyle's over it. And I feel fine talking about it. But he threw this away so hard. So going into the last hole, hole 1, Kyle had 2 strokes on Tucker. I forgot who went first off the tee, but it didn't really matter. Kyle was about circle's edge with the OB behind the basket. and the OB is probably like 15-ish, 18-ish feet behind the basket, like long left if you're looking at it from the tee pad. And Tucker was like 15 feet away, basically a tap in. Kyle having 2 strokes on Tucker, he, instead of like laying up, there's a circle's edge putt, and Kyle's a really good putter. He kind of struggled a little bit on the day, but he still shot 15 down. So with 2 strokes on Tucker, Kyle runs the putt and airballs it over the basket, straight OB. So now he has a comebacker 18 or 20 feet to save bogey, knowing that Tucker is probably going to birdie the hole and have a 2-stroke swing, go to a playoff. Kyle drains a comebacker. Tucker makes his putt. So now it's a playoff. Go back up the hill to the tee pad. They flip to see who goes first. Kyle ends up being first. And his tee shot on hole 1 is to throw a tomahawk with like a wraith. Hits short, like kind of upside down, and takes a little skip to the basket typically. That's what he did for the last hole. So he's up first again, and he throws the same shot. It literally lands in the same exact spot. Circle's edge, short right of the basket. And now Tucker's up. Tucker grip locks his shot straight into, it's not first available, but it's basically first available. The tree that people always hit when they grip lock it. And it shoots straight left into the rough, basically. I kind of missed his shot, but he basically got down to in a similar spot where he was in for the actual last hole, maybe a little bit further away, probably like a 25, 30 foot putt. Kyle goes first, does the same thing again. He airballs it over the basket and it lands OB, to which point Tucker hit his 25, 30 footer and won the playoff.
Looking at the results, it looks like Kyle had 3 bogeys on the day, and 2 of them were the last 2 shots. If you include the playoffs, he had 3 bogeys. He only had 2 in round 1 and 2, but he bogeyed the hole 1 twice, and he only had 1 other bogey the whole time. I was going to ask if there's something about this hole, but that OB behind it, that kind of explains it.
Yeah, I mean, normally you would see Kyle step up to a putt. Anything under 50 feet, he's probably going to nail it 80% of the time, or at least hit basket, and rarely like just airball over the, or, sail it over the basket. So it was definitely odd.
So, and if he weren't Hudson Valley Disc Golf Podcast Co-Player of the Year and probably in contention again for 2024, I wouldn't ask this question, but I want to go down the list. Just give me a yes or no. If you want to throw an explanation, that's cool. But he was up by 2, you said, Corey, going into the last one?
2. Yep, 2.
Are you laying up if you're where he's at, Corey? On the last hole, forget about the playoff.
Am I going to? I probably definitely will, because I got a way better chance to airball a 35-footer. And yeah, no, I would say that I would definitely lay up, even without hindsight.
Jason, you laying up last hole of the tournament?
It just depends on feel. If I feel like I can make it, then I'll go for it. If I'm hesitant, then I might lay up.
Alex?
It's a tough one. I don't know. I don't know. A lot is going to depend on how it feels in the moment, for sure.
Randy?
I'm laying up so hard. And I've been in a very similar scenario where I was going first, and then if my opponent made the same basically circle's edge putt, they would win the tournament, and I still laid it up because I would rather...
If they earn it, more power to them.
Yeah. And it was one that had a slope behind it, and I was like, if I lay this up and I lose, at least I didn't like blow it, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, whatever. Laying up.
Jaimen?
I'm running that all day. And not because I'm like think I'm going to make it or anything like that, but because in that tournament, I ran like 4 putts that were kind of similar to that. And then on top of that, my miss is low and center. So if I do miss it, I'm not going over the basket. I'm going to sit down right next to it and make my tap in.
All right. Kaitlyn?
I do not lay up, so.
Hell yeah.
I was hearkening back to our previous conversation. I was thinking, no, she's probably going to run it. So, okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. I'm laying up all day, but that's because you said 35 feet, Corey. Unless you said 18. I think at 18, I might go for it. But 35, no way.
Yeah, and there's a slight, you could say there's a slight slope behind the basket. If the OB wasn't there, then it would be an easier decision. I don't know. I might even change my answer, because I feel like it's kind of hard. Like Jaimen said, like my miss isn't usually to airball it over the basket. Usually I limp arm it and hit cage.
Was he going for maybe a course record?
No, I mean, whatever. It's probably worth a few rating points, and he's still climbing, so he's probably did it for that. Try to get to 985.
Mm-hmm. Okay. No, I don't. Based on my impartial poll, I think enough people would have ran it that it's a good question.
So yeah, so Tucker ended up winning it, And if you haven't seen pictures on Discap of after the event, I guess even the cover photo with Mike Schwartz, tournament director, Morgan, the property owner, and Tucker all dressed up like Revolutionary soldiers with hats and whatnot, and Tucker holding the musket and the other trophies. They're good photos. 4 aces, 2 by 1 person.
So do they get half the ace pot?
He did, yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I did want to go over the Warwick Amateur Disc Golf Championship, which was also on the same weekend. They played silver round 1, blue round 2. That was on Saturday. On Sunday, they played silver and then blue. Women's Amateur 2 was won by Fiorella Nicolai. MA2, Mixed Amateur 2, Leighton Brinster by 3 strokes over Nick Vujic. Isn't that who beat you, Alex?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people beat me, but he wasn't, yeah.
How old did you say Leighton Brinster was about?
Gosh, he's playing under 13s, isn't he? Under 12, maybe?
All I'll say is his disc golf bag is bigger than he is. So
Yeah.
Okay.
that's how old he is.
Well, to play 4 rounds, I hope somebody was carrying it for him. Or at least a cart or something.
He has at least 2 events this year at MJ12, so under 12.
Wow. Nice. MA50, Mixed Amateur 50, Steve Beckham won that by 6 strokes over Mike Best. Mixed Amateur 40, Rob Valeri beat Ronnie Roots Denig by 2 strokes. Kelly Turpening and Kristen McDonald tied in the FA1 division. Let's see if they Mike Schwartzed it. I do not see a tiebreaker.
Yeah, I don't know.
And then in the MA1 division, the only player under par, Josiah Zudzma, shot a -4.
I've been told it's Zodzma, like Roosevelt with the double O.
Okay, you're going to have to say it again because you lost me when you said Roosevelt.
Sorry.
Zodzma?
Yeah, it's the same O as a Roosevelt with the double O there. So Zodzma.
All right. Josiah Zodzma shot a -4, beat Mike Baglione by 5 strokes. But again, on all 4 layouts, looks like the only player under par. And the next closest was Mike Baglione in second at +1 and Alexander Metcalf at +2. Everybody else was 4 or higher. But the Warwick Amateur Disc Golf Championship. Joey Apples, tournament director, assistant tournament director Ryan Kenny, Warwick, New York, United States. All right. I'm thinking we can begin the year's team challenge. My favorite part of the year is coming. Before we get to New York team challenge, though, there was a New England team challenge match this weekend between the Stonykillers and WeDGE. What's the WeDGE team name? Is it just Team WeDGE?
I think so. I think
Okay.
it's just Team WeDGE.
You guys played at Stonekyll.
We did.
So who are the team captains for Stonykillers?
So team captains this year, Billy Archer is a carryover, classic Stoneykill captain, and he's the one who has the institutional knowledge, so to speak. I've been sort of hanging around as team captain for a couple of years now, and it's a little bit more official now. And Kat Bemis is stepping up. She helped out a lot last year and is now stepping into an official role there.
So this is her first year as a captain, like officially?
Yeah, for Kat, first official year, but she'd helped out with matchups in the past and getting people together and everything before.
Is there any coincidence between you guys wanting her to be a captain and her beating Randy in Skip Ace this year, do you think?
You know, it was sort of already in the works, but it certainly didn't hurt the resume.
All right, that's fair. So how'd it go?
Relatively smoothly. A couple of hiccups with roster moves at the very beginning. So the director for D-Pool had requested that rosters be posted on October 1st, which would have been the Tuesday prior. And it was completely off my radar. So I didn't even think about it until, like I got tagged in a post or something like that. But by the time I had any amount of time to actually do anything about it, Kat had already swooped in and filled that out for us. So very appreciative there. Unfortunately, there were a couple of mix-ups with who was actually on our squad versus who is, planning to be on the squad but wasn't officially on the squad yet or and things like that. With the idea being you get, a little bit of an advantage if you don't reveal all your players at the very beginning, since filling out your roster doesn't cost any roster moves. It's a little bit of an angle shoot, but it's not like a bad-natured angle shoot, if that makes any sense. But yeah, I had a couple of mix-ups there. We had a player that WeDGE didn't know was coming, which that's on us a little bit. Luckily, we have a pretty good relationship with the WeDGE team. Jack and Ray captaining that squad. So things worked out reasonably well there. Got through matchups at the beginning, feeling pretty dang good about things. Going down the results, it seems like, matchups worked out pretty well for singles.
Randy, how was your round?
I can talk about how good it went. So I'm glad this was our first match of the year. And like, I'm glad the rest of the team did really well in singles. So I played Phil Rascona, and he was pretty filthy that morning. So I lost our first hole on like the worst upshot of my life. So like immediately on tilt pretty much. And then we get to hole 1, which is like classic hole 1, which I have only played like once, I think, since all the trees came down. And I throw like a great tee shot, and I guess I'm contradicting my layup decision from before, but the gravity of it was nothing in comparison. But like Phil hit early, so he was putting for a par and I was putting for a birdie. He had already missed his par putt, so I just need to lay up a 20-footer to take the point. And I, for some reason, I'm like, oh, first putt of the day, might as well just try and cash a 20-footer. And I like hit the nub and roll back to like 25.
2 minutes ago, you were talking about how you would lay up in that situation.
Yeah. And I should have, but no damage done. I cashed like the 25-footer, took the point. So we were back to even after 2 holes. So in my head, I was like, all right, no big deal. That was like a small lapse of match play judgment. It's the first of the year. Like, I just need to like settle down and then just like proceed to like hand the match away to him. Like, he played great. I didn't score a single point after that one. I basically made all of the wrong decisions. It was like he would throw a good tee shot, so I would try to get aggressive and like hit something. And then if I had just thrown like a smooth tee shot, he could have missed his like birdie putt and maybe we would have pushed the hole. But because there was no pressure, he just was able to just like cash pretty much every single one of his putts. So I was glad to get that out of the way for the year. And hopefully I can like remember to like chill and not like, I think I was like 4 holes in and I was thinking like, I have to run everything if I'm going to beat him. And that just snowballed really early. So yeah, I got that out of my system, hopefully.
Without going through each player on wedge, it's quite possible that Filth Raskinator, he might have had to travel the farthest to get to Stoneykill.
Yeah, he left at lunch as well, which was good for our team. And I was glad to send him away a half hour early because he beat me with 5 holes left to play. But he has played Stoneykill a lot in the past, like in past tournaments and stuff. So he's no stranger to that course.
Okay, I'm glad you cleared that up. But you do seem to, and this is not from like specific, you said at doubles you don't seem to score as well. Is there something about it? Is there too much pressure you put on yourself?
I don't know, because I've won 2 tournaments there. So like I do have hot rounds there. But yeah, I guess if my tee shot doesn't go the way it's supposed to, it's easy to think about being aggressive on the tee shot. Or I guess maybe the vice versa would be like, if I throw like a good tee shot that maybe doesn't park it, I'm thinking like I have to birdie it, even though I'm at whatever, like 30, 35, something like that. So I don't know. I guess I do expect a certain score on every hole. Like I know what disc to throw on every hole. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it, but I am pretty hit or miss there. Like if I was playing singles, it doesn't seem like I shoot a couple down there a lot. It's like I'll shoot 6 down or I'll shoot like weirdly even from like getting bogeys or something. So yeah, I don't know.
All right. So all we know so far is that you guys are down it's 1 point with singles?
1 point for singles, yep.
Yep. Probably the first point that they got.
There were a couple other big numbers that were out there. So I was up against Logan Peters, who is a strong player, got a good chunk of ratings points on me. But, you know, I'm pretty confident in how I play, especially at Stoneykill and especially in match play.
And when you start on hole 10.
And when I start on hole 10, yep. So went pretty smoothly for the first few. I think there was 1 or 2 holes towards the beginning that I had done something a little bit silly and dropped one. But I think I ended up getting hole 12, which helped out a lot because that's sort of a little bit of a poke and hope type of thing. You're never expecting to birdie that hole, but it's always nice when you can. So I got hole 12 to bring us back to even, and then we just kind of battled going pretty much all the way through the back 9. Nothing too fancy. I was able to pick up a stroke on 14C because he ended up going out of bounds, which, you know, there's always that home field advantage of having played that hole so many times.
So hole 1 was in play. So 14C was hole 2, quote unquote?
Correct. And we're getting closer and closer to having hole 2 open, but it's still a little bit out of the way for sure.
How different is that going to be?
Like the vague concept is going to be the same. It's still going to be that, 200 to 250 range, forehand shot.
Okay.
But it's definitely a different shape from how it used to be. And it's always going to take some time to learn where the trees are and everything. Yeah, so going into the front 9, I ended up taking a few more to put me up 2. So I was feeling pretty good going into there, and was just able to sort of either tie him or push ahead in a couple of places, to the point where I was able to take hole 6 to go up 3 with 3 left. So I was feeling good there. Hole 2, I gave myself a 15-foot straddle putt and missed it to keep him alive. But then hole 8, I again missed a straddle putt, but luckily enough, I just needed to tap in a par to push to get the win 2-1.
Nice. Randy, who did you play with? You started in hole 18?
Yeah, I played with Mindy and Andy. And Andy is amazing. She was visiting our course and she still brought gifts for people and gave me some Sour Patch Kids. Phil didn't get me anything. So step it up, Phil.
He did bring you an owl, Randy.
He did.
Nice. I played with Luke Kotleski, who is a classic Stoneykill doubles player who was playing match play for the first time. He played against Josh Pelor, classic wedge player. And it was a real tight battle the whole way for them. They ended up pushing at the very end.
All right. So we got Alex with a win, Randy with a loss, Luke with a tie, and Mindy beat Andy. So 2-1-1 at this point. How did the rest of the round work out?
It worked out pretty nicely. We started seeing a bunch of cards come in, a couple of 2-win cards, which is always awesome. The ladies did very well. My mom, Kat Bemis, and Carly Calzada all came in 4-3 for my mom, 4-3 for Kat, and then Carly Calzada came in with a 9-8, so up 9 with 8 holes left. That was really impressive.
Is that the best you can do in a team challenge?
If you win every single hole, you can be up 10 with 8 left.
Okay.
Because you'll be up 9 with 9 left, and then you'll win that next one to be 10-8.
Okay.
But 9-8 is basically you're up 9 and then you push that last one or something to that effect. So it's nearly as good as you can get. I want to say she birdied 3 through 9 or something like that. Is played very well, very, very well.
Is that her home course?
Relatively. The Calzadas, Tyler and Carly, are some of the farthest traveling people for home matches at Stoneykill. I don't know exactly where they are now. I remember they bought a house towards the end of last year.
But Tyler is, Randy, correct me if I'm wrong, that he's your Dubs partner, right? At least traditionally?
Mm-hmm. Yes, he is my soulmate. That's right.
So, I mean, yeah, it makes sense that she would play well there.
Yeah, absolutely classic Stonykillers. They've been there longer than I have.
All right, so it looks like you guys were up 14-6 after round 1.
Yeah, very happy with how everybody played. Did a really nice job for the opening of the season.
Absolutely. And I'm a bit rusty, but how was the spread? I know it's going to be biased because you guys were home, but...
I think we did well. We were thrown off just a little bit. So the weather was absolutely perfect. We're talking, low 70s. Basically, if you're standing in the sun, it might get a little hot. If you're standing in the shade, it might get a little chilly, but it was very nice the entire day.
You guys got the pavilion. Do you have power?
No power yet, but it is in the works.
Okay.
So we had our classic setup done by the actual town hall there. But because we're all used to, cold weather and things like that, nobody really brought ice or anything for the beverages. So I think things warmed up a little bit on us, which is always a little bit frustrating. But I think the food was all good. I think Wedge came away happy. And I remembered something that Jack had been talking about a long time ago was he wanted to bring in take-home containers for people. So I was able to get my hands on some of the wax-covered cardboard little things that you can that are disposable takeaway containers. And I put those out for people. And I know some people took advantage of that. So that's always good.
And yeah, doubles looks like you guys did pretty well.
Yeah, so going into doubles with a 14-6 lead means they need to win all but 3 out of the 10 matches. So they need to win 7 out of 10, and that's just to force a playoff. So basically, in order to do that, you kind of got to spread out your strong players so that you have a chance of winning every match. You can't really afford to have a team that's relatively lower on the power scale because you only have 3 losses to play with. Unfortunately, that means you are going to lose percentage points with pretty much all of your matches because you can't make as strong a teams as you would like, which played into our favor because we were able to spread out things as much as we wanted or as little as we wanted. We tried out some different pairings than what we usually do to, get some experience with those. And as the numbers came rolling in, it just kept looking better and better because everybody was playing pretty dang well.
Looks like Randy got to be what Corey wanted last week, which is he got to play with Ryan and beat Ryan.
It was a dream come true. And Ryan got yelled at lunch. Ryan was hanging out with the Stonykillers during lunch when like Wedge was doing their like huddle, and then he got yelled at. It was great.
And 45 was the top score, which for the Kyles of the listener group, that is 13 down. Unfortunately, didn't really approach the 18 down that we saw at the Scramble as the course record, but you know, you can only do so well when it's only the one round. You only get the one shot at it.
Looks like you're going to have to ship in some disc captains if you want that round.
I know, right?
That was Joe Driskolka, and who's John H?
Josh.
Oh, John.
JP.
Yeah, JP Hafner.
Oh, that's crazy because I thought he was on Wedge.
Yeah, no. Him and Sean Ryan are the quote-unquote Wedge players of Stonykill. But Sean Ryan, I don't think is playing this year. I want to say he's doing something in higher education, grad school or something like that. And JP's a classic Stonykiller. We don't anticipate him going anywhere anytime soon. The team that they played against, Antonio Albert and Chris Lucier, I don't know if you're familiar with the pants that Chris Lucier wears. But
I've heard and seen pictures, yeah.
Yeah, there's some wild patterns and cool colors and everything. But the doubles team name, because it's Antonio Albert and Chris Lucier, is Anson Pants. Which, yeah, that one just got me. I really like that one.
Looks like a clean sweep, 20-0.
Yeah, good numbers, really strong showing for a home match, and some real good numbers for point differential as things move on.
Heck yeah. So final score, Stonykillers 34, Wedge 6. Why is the E? Oh, because the E is the lowercase?
Yeah, I think they wrote that. I'm not actually sure who wrote that.
All right. So we got New York Team Challenge starts this weekend. 9 teams this year. As Commissioner, Kaitlyn, anything that surprised you so far?
No, I thought there would be more complaints once the schedule came out, but I honestly haven't heard anything. So maybe people are just talking behind my back, and that's fine.
Is that because you've been told
That's right.
that you rule by fear and not love?
Yeah.
So last year it was 8 teams and 7 matches. Am I correct?
Yes,
This year it's 9 teams with 6 matches.
correct.
How did you go about making the schedule for that?
I probably thought of a bajillion different ways that it could possibly be done, but the easiest thing for everyone, captains, players, was to just give everyone a bye month and do 6 matches and not play all the teams, which I know some people are upset about, but I really don't think there's an easy way around that.
So now, and correct me if I'm wrong, each team doesn't play 2 teams or 1 team?
2 teams, I think.
How did you determine that?
What I did was I ranked each team like 1 through 9, and then I created a schedule based off like a point system. So a strength of schedule, basically. So I made all the matchups and made sure that the quote strength of schedule was pretty equivalent across the board for all the teams. So, for example, like you could play Wilcox, but then you might not play Mindkill just so that you get more points on the board playing lower level teams since you have to play the best team kind of thing. It was all random. I basically just did like a mathematical calculation to try to make them equal and then dealt out the matchups based on the numbers. The only thing it didn't take into account was if you were playing that team home or away. There's no extra or less strength based on home or away match.
Well, that's the whole thing with Team Challenges. Everybody here plays New England Team Challenge. It's kind of the same thing. Some years you get lucky. Maybe you get Tank at Tank. And I'm just using Tank as their name implies, the very powerful team. You would rather play them on the road this year because you're probably going to lose at home or on the road. But that means you have a better chance of having a home match against somebody you could beat. With Team Challenge, I think that's kind of inferred. Am I incorrect in that?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Jaimen would know more about if it's on purpose, the home or away, if it's on purpose or it's just random. I'm not sure about that part, but it definitely seems like some years you get a worse schedule than other years. So
Yeah.
If you have some kind of system to try to make it fair, there's just going to be years where you don't know. They might have added 3 or 4 guys that are powerhouses. Some years you get lucky and you get more tougher matches on the road and the easier matches at home. I don't know. Am I crazy, Jaimen?
No, that's about right. It's supposed to be just completely random. Whether it actually is 100% completely random is anybody's guess, but it's supposed to be.
I mean, that even happens in pro sports. The NFL tries to make it exactly what you did, a balanced schedule where if you do play the tough team on the road, you're going to have an easier matchup at home. But you don't know who they drafted, who they signed. There's a lot of factors that go into it. So it's not possible to make it completely fair.
Right.
So you do the best you can, and, what happens, happens. Hopefully Corey has the crap schedule, because I'm looking at the J Park Wrenches. Is that a new name? I don't like that, Corey.
Well, we had to go through a slight rebranding, but we're still the Wrenches.
It was Gerald Lehman's garage, right? Did Harry leave?
Well, we had to drop. He just, had to cut the chaff from the wheat, or whatever that phrase goes.
Cut off the dead weight?
yeah. No, yeah, I think, it's not, I'm just a player. I don't really.
No truth to the rumor that he beat you in Skip Ace, so you had to get rid of him?
That would make a lot of sense, actually. Yeah, that would actually be. No, I think he is he playing the Skeptics with us, right, Jaimen?
Yep.
So he just wanted to focus on New England Team Challenge?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Plus, he's got kids and stuff and whatnot.
So keeping the Wrenches at least keeps it in the mechanic family.
Yeah, or else all of our old merch is now out of date. I was going to get the peel sticker off my car, but the wrench that I have on my Nissan, that ain't going to see another mile anyways. So
okay, then I amend my original statement. The team name's not as bad as I thought it was initially. It's in theme. You don't have a Lehman to put in your, Kaitlyn, what team do you play for?
The Wrenches.
Oh, I just ragged on your team name. Oy, what am I going to do now?
Yeah, I'm not captain either, so.
So why don't we do one matchup at a time? And if you guys have anything you want to add about it, and I'll start with the ones that you guys aren't involved in. And I'm just going based on my screen here. Corey, we got Saratoga Revolution at Wilcox Widowmakers. Who wins and why?
Wilcox, unless their team has changed. They were strong last year. Can't imagine that they're going to be weaker this year or that much weaker, and they're playing at Wilcox. Yeah, 100% Wilcox.
How did Saratoga do last year?
I can't remember, so not good enough.
Fair enough.
Made it into finals. Good enough.
Okay,
oh, they did?
Better than I thought.
All right, Alex, Saratoga at Widowmakers.
Yeah, especially at Wilcox, I feel like that's got to go towards the Widowmakers. Coming off the win last year and with home field advantage, that's going to be a tough one to beat.
Randy?
Yes, same. I doubt Wilcox will lose a home match this year, realistically.
Jaimen?
Yeah, it's really hard to root against them at home. If they were at Saratoga, I might give Saratoga a little bit more of a chance, but yeah, Wilcox.
Kaitlyn, are you allowed to pick as commissioner?
Wilcox for all of the above reasons.
That's fair. Jason?
Wilcox.
All right. The second matchup, we got the North at Albatross Creek against the Tower Power. So last year's new team versus this year's new team. Corey. Actually, no, let's snake draft it. Jason. The North at Albatross Creek at Tower of Power.
That's going to be a close one. I'm going to go Tower Power.
Caitlin.
Just like Jason was saying, I feel like this is going to be the closest matchup of the month. And I feel like it's going to be the North.
All right, Jaimen.
I'm really interested. I was actually just trying to scramble and find the rosters. Are those posted anywhere, by the way? I
can find them and post them here. So everyone
Nice.
I asked these guys last week. I didn't know if those things were public.
I've been meaning to make it public to everyone, and I just haven't gotten around to it. So right now, only the captains have everything, but I've been meaning to put it out there.
I'm making all of my picks based on opinions, not fact.
I like it.
Based on opinions, I think the Tower of Power is going to win. I think this would be their first win ever, right? Am I wrong in that?
That sounds right.
All right, yeah. I feel like, all right, so hear me out. In Saratoga's first season, I think they lost all their matches. In their second season, they made it to finals. All right. This is my good betting odds. I think Tower of Power is, no, I can't even say it. I think they're going to win this match, though.
How many years has this been going on?
Is this like the fifth year? COVID was the first year, so.
Yeah, it would have been the 2020 to 2021 first year.
And how many teams were there then?
Six. All right. It was Wilcox, Stonykillers, J Park, CPS, Shen, and Minekill, so 6.
So we'll call those the original 6. I made that up myself. Never heard that anywhere else. We'll call them the original 6.
Sounds about right.
That's a hockey reference. I don't know if anybody gets that.
Yeah.
I was just saying, what's it now? That full 9 or whatever? I thought you were making Tarantino reference.
But Saratoga, in their second season, they went from, I think, losing all their matches in the first season or close, and then going to finals in their second season, which was last year. So I was just making up a through line.
No, it makes sense. So Burbine's the bye week this month.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So Randy, who's winning North at Albatross Creek at Tower Power?
I'm going to go with Tower Power as well. I think their roster plays that course a lot. Those guys, like, they make up the doubles every Friday. I think their roster, I don't think they're going to have people skipping out. I think their roster is really dedicated players. Yeah, I think those two things, as well as the experience of playing last year, I think will help them win.
This is a new course, Albatross Creek, or no?
Relatively new. Like people can play it right now, but I don't think there's been any significant events there yet.
So there's, even at home, there's not a huge home field advantage is I guess my point.
I wouldn't say so.
Okay.
I mean, I'm sure that the people up in the area that are on that team are playing it more, but
Yeah, kind of like Greenville. It's not played in yet. It makes sense. That was Randy. Alex?
Yeah, I think I got to go with Tower of Power. I'm looking down these rosters. The North has some good players on it for sure, but I don't really recognize their names. Like, I don't think they're pulling in a lot of experienced match play people or team challenge people. I feel like Tower of Power's got the edge, especially at home.
And Corey?
I feel like SPW is probably going to win, but it's going to be really close. I'm sure they're going to play one of the short layouts. And I'm going to guess that a lot of people that play Albatross, one, have never been to Stephen P. Wallace or really have played anything too far down this way. But, they probably play a lot of Crandall, I'm going to guess. And Crandall is also a short course. So I think I think SPW will win, but by a small margin.
Okay. I just want to point out, you said before you were going to use total opinion, but that sounded like a little bit of information and fact in there.
Well,
I don't
opinionated
know.
fact. There's
Opinionated fact. Okay. All right. So I'm going to mix it up. We got the J Park Wrenches at Chatham Hill Country Club. Randy, who you like?
I'm going to say because Chatham pulled Andrew Dorrell to their team, they're going to win. That's it.
Can't wait to beat him. He's their best guy, right?
Jaimen, J Park Wrenches at Chatham Hill Country Club.
Ooh. At Chatham Hill?
At Chatham Hill, yep.
I'm going to go with J Park. They had a tough season last year. They're going to get it this year. They're hungry.
They might have had one of those bad luck seasons we talked about earlier.
Yep.
Jason.
J Park.
Kaitlyn, who you got? No bias, right?
Yeah, gotta go J Park. No question about
All right.
it.
Alex.
Well, I want to be confident. I want to say we're going to win this one, but it is going to be a very uphill battle. I'm looking down the Wrenches squad, and it's just like heavy hitter after heavy hitter. Crazy names coming out there: Chad Larson, Corey, Matt, Cully, Justin Michelli, Jason Grissage, Chris Dull. It just feels like every name on there is a really good player. So that's going to be really tough. I'm not going to say it's not going to happen, but I think the betting odds are definitely in favor of J Park.
Does Matt Cully play well at Chatham?
Oh yeah, definitely. He was a Stonykiller one year. He comes out and plays doubles pretty frequently. He's a real good player at Stonykiller. I also have a little bit of insider information about who's playing for Chatham Hills, so that influences my decision a little bit. I'm not going to reveal it. By the time people hear this, we're going to have told them who we have available, so it's not that significant. But
you don't want Corey blabbing all on the
exactly
tweets.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's a tweeter.
You could say you got Paul Macbeth flying in that day. Ain't going to be enough.
What's that, 3 points? Yeah, right? If he wins singles and doubles.
I'm just saying, I would have been playing him because he's their best guy, and would have been a great day. Send Paul Macbeth packing.
So who you got, Corey?
J Park.
All right. So our last matchup, we got Central Park Roses at Minekill Whips. Alex, who you got?
Central Park Roses at Minekill Whips. I think this is another real close one. They're at Minekill, going back and forth between these. Some really good names on both squads again. I think I got to go with the home field advantage. I think I got to go with the Whips.
Corey.
Damn, I kind of don't want to go. I kind of want to go dark horse on this one.
Yeah, this is a good one to go for it. Yeah,
I'm gonna go CPS with a come from behind victory after being down 3.5 points after round one. Write that down.
We'll hear that audio clip again.
I was going to say, we got it audioed. Kaitlyn, who you got? Central Park Roses at Minekill Whip.
I think Minekill is pretty hard to beat at home, so I'm going to go Minekill.
Jaimen.
We're mopping the floor with those guys.
Jason, Central Park Roses at Minekill Whips.
Definitely Minekill.
Yeah, you don't want to sleep on the couch. That's fair. And Randy.
I'll be modest. I think it'll be close, but I think the home field advantage for the Whips is pretty strong. So go Whips.
All right. Okay. So now I want to go through everybody, and I want you to pick a winner for the season. Jason, who do you think's taking the whole thing?
I like Minekill's new captain, so I'm going to go Minekill.
Woo. All right. That's fair. Corey.
Yeah, I mean, we already have, some of our old merch already has 2 wrenches. We're planning on putting a third one on the sleeve this year. So,
Does a wrench indicate a win?
oh yeah, yep. I'm saying J.
Pretty
Park.
sure earlier you were complaining that you have these wrenches and you didn't want to change the thing. Now you have to buy new jerseys if you get a third wrench.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna pay for the new jersey with everybody else's entry fee.
Good point.
I'm gonna let these losers fund my new sweater, maybe a beanie.
Alex, who you got?
I don't know. I think I don't know. If I had to pick finals right now, I think it's going to be Wilcox, J Park, Mindkill, CPS. I think.
Ooh, Corey, I'm going to go back to you. We're going to do finals. That's a better one. Thank you, Alex.
Sure. I think that's a pretty safe thing. Just going off of rosters, I think Mindkill's going to go with it this year. I think they're going to take it home.
All right, Corey, you already picked your winner. Who you got for finals?
Yeah, no, I think Alex's team is the clear choices. Well, Mindkill, Wilcox, J Park. In between CPS and Saratoga, we already sniped out of Central Park's best players. I'm going to go Mindkill, Wilcox, J Park, and Saratoga.
Randy Bobandy. Your finals teams, and then who do you think is going to win?
All right, finals. I think J Park's gonna pull it off for finals this year at least. So it'll be Mindkill, Wilcox, J Park. Man, it's just tough. I want to say Central Park. I'm struggling with their roster, like trying to figure out who left and who didn't. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go Central Park for that 4th finals team.
Jaimen.
It's really hard to go against what everybody else has gone with. I'm gonna throw Burbine in there. And take out CPS just to really up the drama. Because those 2 teams are always button heads in the friendliest way possible.
So just so those at home know who you got.
Shit. Wilcox, Mindkill, J Park, Burbine.
Okay. And who's winning it?
I'm really hoping Mindkill does.
I think they want revenge.
I've got enough bridesmaids dresses. I'm getting really sick of this.
Yeah.
All right, Claymissioner. You got 4 for finals, and then who's your overall winner?
Yeah, finals, I'm going Mindkill, J Park, Wilcox, and CPS.
Okay.
And I'm looking at J Park's roster, and I like all those people the best. So I'm going to say J Park.
Oh, okay.
Smart.
Start the conspiracy theories now. Who's stepping up their spread the most this year? Who's going to have the best spread across the season?
Who had it last year? Who would you say?
I think CPS won it in the end of season poll.
I voted CPS.
The poll is like, not everyone gets a spread.
Yeah.
So, like, I didn't get a CPS spread, but I remember Mindkill spread being crazy good. So it's like...
Yeah. I think if we paid for Mike Schwartz's gas and gave him a rubric, he would drive around the league. And he's got like 6 months to do it. And objectively, maybe get a panel of people. Maybe we can get Kenji in there. That would be a great one to do it.
Yeah. Is Wojciechowski playing?
He's not.
That might be another one on the list.
Do we have a separate prize for best spread?
If we go through the trouble for what I'm dreaming up, then I think it should definitely.
Right?
So we're going to add $2 to everyone's fees to pay for gas.
If I find a little bit of free time on my hands, I might come up with a rubric.
Teachers love rubrics. It's literally their favorite word. I've never heard a non-teacher use the word rubric.
Oh, you've never met somebody who doesn't assess people on the daily, talk about rubrics? Wild.
Should breakfast count? And does it matter where it's at that breakfast would count?
I think it counts. I think it would have to.
I think it only helps. It doesn't hurt you.
Yeah. I think if you don't have a breakfast, it doesn't hurt you, but if you can get some bonus points for it.
Are you talking about like if you give them a B, you might give them a B plus or maybe a letter grade improvement?
That's what we need the rubric for.
It could definitely be a tiebreaker for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. I know Stephen P. Wallace, Tower Power, did do breakfast. Who else did breakfast? Does anybody remember?
I don't know if anyone did breakfast other than, like donuts and that sort of thing.
I did want to point out while we're talking about Team Challenge, I got a message from Cronky. He didn't realize Jay Gorsage, I called him the Tower of Power. He didn't get the reference. You guys remember that, right?
Maybe.
I forget who it was. Last year at this time, I was asking about the Tower of Power and somebody sent the picture of the power
The tower.
The tower.
The tower of it.
Yeah, the Tower of Power.
Don't define the word with a name. Don't define the word with a word.
Yeah, and it had Jason Gorsuch was on the T-pad, so I was like, "Oh, Jason Gorsuch is the Tower of Power." And I think I've referenced it a couple times, but half the time I probably delete it in editing. I don't know, but did we determine the prediction for the best spread?
I have no idea.
It's tough to tell, yeah. Because everybody might step up, Everybody's aware that it's a thing.
I don't think I've had a J-Park spread in like 3 years.
And I feel bad for the teams that don't have the luxury of, at the very least, a pavilion, but definitely power. Like, you can only do so much without heavily investing to, like, put on a good spread. It feels kind of weird being in a position where we have the facilities when like Burbine, for instance. I mean, they're out in the ruralness and have no power, so you can't even like go home and throw something in the oven real quick on lunch or whatever, but warm it up. Yeah, it's kind of rough.
In January, Jaimen, you play J-Park at J-Park.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Finally, we've been getting scammed by playing the freaking Minekill team at Minekill every year.
So you bought the commissionership.
I mean,
Hey, all I did was do the opposite of what people did last year if they played that team. So
I'm kidding. I'm just stirring the pot.
But Jaimen, you have a match in March at Minekill. I don't know, but that might be the latest for a Minekill match, no? March?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I like one of the reasons that I joined the team is because I get a lot of extra practice before Minekill Championships, and then all the matches are over before January.
I think that's a good compromise. Like, make it a little bit later, like not January, February. Keep it away from January, February, but March, early March, but still. Anything you want to add about Team Challenge?
No, looking forward to it. Yeah, weather's going to be great. Looks like this weekend's going to be awesome. So I haven't been to Minekill in quite a while. Like, has it been since MKDGC? Yeah, possibly. It's been a long time since I played Minekill, so looking forward to get back there and doing Team Challenge.
Anything else on Team Challenge, or you guys want to do? You got time for a quiz?
We got to do a quiz.
Yeah, we missed it last week.
Yeah.
I don't have time for it.
You don't have time for a quiz?
No, but thank you.
No, thank you, Claymissioner. Do you have anything before you go?
I don't think so. Just looking forward to Team Challenge season starting and getting out there and playing in sweatshirts and long pants. No heat.
I've had a vest on this week thinking, by the time I walk to the car, I'm like, nope, taking this off.
Well, it's cold in the morning, hot in the afternoons now, but it's getting there.
All right, well, thank you for coming on. Anytime you want to come on, feel free.
Later.
Thanks a lot.
See ya.
All right. And we're down to 4, so we got 2-on-2. Let's see. We got Alex and Randy won a match, but Corey came in third. At, what is that, a B tier or C tier? What is Battle of Saratoga?
This is C tier.
Oh, C tier. So that's a lot closer to a... Jaimen did have the hot round, so everybody's got something.
I'm pretty sure we lost to these idiots last time, but in the spirit of the starting of Team Challenge season, I feel like we should have the disc cap area Team Challenge scrimmage, me and Jaimen versus Alex and Randy.
You want the run back? We can take the run back.
Really shake it up.
Are you okay with that, Jaimen?
Yeah.
Next time you can shake it up unless I come up with another reason to have another disc captain versus Stonykillers.
Now, Randy and Alex went first last time, so we'll go Corey.
Oh, you have that historical data?
I got a whiteboard that I didn't erase yet.
Perfect. Because I was gonna say that.
So I got 3 categories, Corey and Jaimen. Once the first 2 categories are picked, the third one will be eliminated. What category would you like? Category 1, 2, or 3?
You pick, Jaimen.
Let's go with 1.
All right. Question 1, category 1. What term refers to a magical formula or set of words believed to have special power, often used in the context of witchcraft or fantasy? What term refers to a magical formula or set of words believed to have special power, often used in the context of witchcraft or fantasy?
Spell?
Ooh, I had the word chant in my head and I could not get it out.
Yeah, that was my first thought, but I think spell makes more sense.
Yeah, I like spell way better.
Yeah, I feel like this is one we don't want to overthink.
Yeah, formula definitely seems more like spell than chant.
Let's go with spell.
Spell.
Is the spell a disc?
100% has to be.
Has to be.
You guys good?
Yeah.
Yep.
Gateway Disc Sports, May 22nd, 2023.
All right, I feel like we started like this last time too, Jaimen.
We've done this before.
All right, Randy and Alex. Category 1, 2, or 3.
You got any preference there, Randy?
Let's get really wild and pick 2.
What? Sounds like a plan.
All right.
All right. Question 1, Category 2. Sales for the last 3 months of 2020 for what video conferencing company were up 370% from the same time in 2019? Sales for the last 3 months of 2020 for what video conferencing company were up 370% from the same time in 2019?
I mean, gotta be
Zoom.
Yeah, Zoom.
Zoom. Yeah, let's go Zoom.
Zoom.
Is the Zoom a disc?
I don't know.
All right. I think it is, but I think we should make a deal with ourselves where if this is not a disc, then we're not just going yes the whole night.
Okay, I think that's fair.
Okay, good.
All right, I'm happy with yes for this one.
You too, Randy?
Yeah, we're going yes.
North Star Discs, June 27th, 2022.
Just as a real quick aside, can we talk about how Skype completely dropped the ball going into that? Like, everybody knew Skype as like a voice call app, and then they just did nothing for the entirety of the pandemic.
Now Zoom is like, it's like
Yeah.
Kleenex or Band-Aid.
Exactly.
We switched from Skype Teams at work.
But not Tupperware, because I hear they went out of business, and I didn't realize I don't have any Tupperware. I just called it Tupperware.
Yeah.
I think mine is actually Gladeware.
That's the
Gladware.
thing.
Real question is Corey storing his food in a room freshener?
Did he say Glade?
Yeah.
It said Glade.
Glade at
Oh,
first.
good.
But it is Gladware is the
Jig. All right, Corey and Jaimen, Category 1 or Category 2? Category 3 will be saved for next time.
Keep rolling with it.
I'll give you a hint. Category 3, Brian Heller gave me the idea for Category 3, but
Ooh.
probably famous people.
Yeah.
no, it was, well, never mind.
Yeah, I almost had him.
I played with him at Port Jervis this weekend.
Oh, I saw him post something. Yeah, I think you said you want to try out one again.
Yeah, we can keep going. We don't no reason to have any guesses on anything yet.
Yeah.
All right, question 2, Category 1. In Greek mythology, Helenus, like his twin sister Cassandra, possessed the gift of what? In Greek mythology, Helenus, like his twin sister Cassandra, possessed the gift of what?
Well, I don't like hole one anymore, or question number 1 anymore.
Yep. Man, mythology every time.
Mm-hmm. I don't know who Helenus is or her twin creature,
Cassandra.
Cassandra.
They possessed the gift of what?
The gift. What are some things you'd be gifted with?
I don't even know.
The gift of
Gab. Don't think it's that.
the gift of
I'm trying to think. It's Greek mythology. It could be like something like beauty. It could be the ability to run from one city to another really fast.
gift of
Can we hear the question one more time, do you think?
Certainly, in Greek mythology, Helenus, like his twin sister Cassandra, possessed the gift of what?
like his twin sister. I don't know. Something like telepathy.
I think that's a little bit too man.
Gift.
Yeah, the only thing I can think of is beauty. I wish I had a better answer, but like,
All right. Yeah, let's go with it.
let's go with it.
Beauty?
Yeah.
Not correct, but actually not a crazy guess. Randy and Alex, what do you got?
I think I know it.
Did you play what game did you play?
Hades.
Yeah, did you play Hades today?
I did not, but if I remember correctly, I don't think she's in that one. I think it's the Gift of Prophecy.
That is what I thought, but I couldn't think of the
Right.
word for like future sight.
Yeah.
So that's better. Prophecy is a much better disc word. Yeah, let's go with it.
You guys good?
Yep.
Is the future sight? No. Is the prophecy
Damn it.
the disc?
Is the Prophecy a disc? I think it is.
Yeah, of course.
Gateway Disc Sports, January 19th, 2018.
If I remember correctly, Cassandra was like, had the Gift of Prophecy, but was cursed so that no one would ever believe them.
It's like some Encanto stuff
Right.
going on.
That part sounds familiar.
You guys want Category 1 or Category 2? You're at 4-2. That's Randy and Alex.
Let's keep testing 2 out.
Sure.
Yeah.
Question 2, Category 2. What word meaning to hit something has the exact opposite meaning in baseball? What word meaning to hit something has the exact opposite meaning in baseball?
Is that a strike?
That's strike. Yep.
Is the strike a disc?
Is a strike a disc? It sounds like a disc. I feel like I've seen it, but I don't. It's like a 70% yes in my head.
I always hate like impact related disc. I know we're trying to hit chains, but I'm always thinking about hitting trees.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why you keep hitting trees, Randy.
You
Yeah.
can't be thinking about it.
I should stop thinking about it. But yeah, let's go. Yeah.
Sure.
Let's go. Yes.
Birdie, September 5th, 2022. All right, Corey and Jaimen. Category 1 or 2?
Nothing to say that it's going to keep being mythology questions in one, but I don't know if I even want to risk it.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. 2 has been easier on both regards so far. So let's switch over and get the really tricky third spot.
Yeah. I'm down.
All right. Question 3, category 2. Brad Pitt was an Irish gypsy boxer with an indecipherable accent in what 2000 Guy Ritchie movie?
Yes.
Brad Pitt was an Irish gypsy boxer with an indecipherable accent in what 2000 Guy Ritchie movie?
Want to buy a dog?
What?
The answer is Snatch, Corey.
Okay. Yeah, I like it.
He's a Pocky.
Parky,
Yeah.
You guys good?
I suppose.
Is the Snatch a disc?
That's
A horrible disc name.
yeah. I don't.
On so many levels.
Yeah. I'm fine with no.
Yeah, let's go with no. Let's hope for no.
You are correct. Randy and Alex, 1 or 2?
No preference.
Should we run down 2?
Sure.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Question 4, category 2. What verb that describes the action of moving quickly downward through the air is also the name of the Philadelphia Eagles mascot? What verb that describes the action of moving quickly downward through the air is also the name of the Philadelphia Eagles mascot?
I don't know. I have like a bunch of potential options, but I don't want to just start listing things off.
I have literally no idea what the mascot's name
Me
is.
neither.
The word that comes to mind is plummet, which is also the same word as plumage. Like
Same root word.
Does that help us? No. Do you know any other words for falling through the air?
Plummet was in my head for sure. Dive was the other one that was like really.
That's not a good
It's
mascot name.
It isn't. There's got to be. I feel like there's a word for like when an eagle or a hawk like swoops down and like grabs its prey or something like that.
Dive.
I mean, that's what I had, but I don't. It doesn't sound like a good mascot name, and it doesn't really sound like a good disc name.
I agree. All right. The other words we said are not good names for a mascot.
No.
Plummet at least is like 2 syllables. I don't know. Like, hey, look, there's plummet versus like, hey, look, there's dive. Like that doesn't, I don't know. That doesn't sound like a name. What did we say? Dive and...
You had plummet. I had dive and like swoop.
Oh, swoop is fun.
I like swoop the most as like a name.
Let's go. Yeah, that's a way better mascot name. Yeah.
Sure.
Let's go swoop.
Sure.
You guys good?
Yeah.
Is the swoop.
Nice.
You did
I
it.
did not see that coming.
Me either.
When he said swoops down, I was like, I hope they go with plummet. Is the swoop a disc?
Is the swoop a disc? I don't know. Probably.
Let's go. Yeah. We're just like, remember what I said earlier? We're just going to say yes all night.
I'm pretty sure we said the opposite of that, but
Yep.
to be fair, we've been right every time so far. So I'm happy with yes.
Yeah. Let's go. Yes.
I'm sorry, no.
Dang it.
Oh,
Corey and Jaimen. It's 7-4.
Well, I wouldn't have got that one, Jaimen.
Yep, that's true. Want to go back to 1?
Yep.
All right. Question 3, category 1. In 1951, Paul Bigsby put out the first successful vibrato mechanism, better known as what bar that makes for wild guitar sound. In 1951, Paul Bigsby put out the first successful vibrato mechanism, better known as what bar that makes for wild guitar sound.
The whammy.
The whammy bar is that's the bar that does that. I feel like there's a Bixby bridge out there somewhere that's like on like Gretsch hollow tops, but I don't think that has anything to do with that. I think it's still whammy bar.
Wait, what? There's no way it's the. I was just kidding.
What? Whammy bar? No, I think you're right. That's what makes the wild sounds on a guitar.
Well, I know I make wild sounds, but are you sure it's whammy? I was just throwing it out there because I thought it was a dumb answer, kind of. But also that you would know the answer because it's kind of your thing.
No, that's what they're called, though. They're called whammy bars.
Are you sure you want to hear the question again?
Let's hear the question again.
In 1951, Paul Bigsby put out the first successful vibrato mechanism, better known as what bar that makes for wild guitar sound.
Yeah, it's a whammy bar.
Seems too easy.
It does. I think we're overthinking it.
All right, go. I guess we go with whammy. Wait. Hang on, wait. Spell and prophecy and then whammy.
I'm not saying it makes sense. I'm saying that that's the answer. We're not going to find a more mystical answer to this, Corey. I don't think. No. Now I'm not.
I only know guitars.
That's what this is.
A guitar, yes, right. All right, so if you think it's whammy, I guess we'll go whammy.
Yeah, this is the only thing I can think of.
You good?
Yep.
Is the whammy a disc?
Man.
If he successfully convinced you off whammy, Corey would have been the MVP of the night for us.
No, I was definitely going to stick with whammy, but I also, it did seem kind of stupid if for no other reason than, like I said, spell, prophecy, and then whammy.
Yeah, no, I get that part. Is it a disc? Is the whammy a disc? Whammo is a disc.
But okay, whammy.
It's a
Whammy
frisbee.
seems like an old word that kids from back in the day might use, like far out.
Yeah, PDJ certified in 1986.
Yeah, it's like the Vibram whammy from 1983. I feel like I just talked myself into it, but it sounds really stupid. But I guess I want to say yes. Nope, never mind. I say no.
Okay. Yeah, I honestly don't think it's a good disc name. Like, oh, this is the one I hit my trios with. It goes whammy.
Yeah, I say no.
No.
You are correct. Alex and Randy, 1 or 2?
Happy either way.
I mean, I don't know what the category 1 is anymore.
Yeah,
Let's go 2 again.
sure.
Question 5, category 2. Austrian driver Niki Lauda's amazing comeback from a horrific crash is told in what 2013 Ron Howard film? Austrian driver Niki Lauda's amazing comeback from a horrific crash is told in what 2013 Ron Howard film?
I don't know. I have no clue.
I think it's just Drive.
Sure.
Yeah, I think it's Drive.
I have nothing.
You guys good?
I'm happy with Drive.
What do you got, Corey and Jim?
You idiots! We already had that answer before.
Oh my
It's obviously Hot Rod.
Oh,
it
yeah,
really?
true.
No, wait, no, shit. I messed it up. Never mind. Forget it.
No, with Andy Samberg.
Yeah, no, the movie I meant to say was Talladega Nights.
Damn.
But no, I have no
41,
idea.
13.
Austrian driver.
Can you say it one more time, Pat?
Austrian driver Niki Lauda's amazing comeback from a horrific crash is told in what 2013 Ron Howard film?
Okay, so it doesn't even say what kind of racing, or it doesn't even have to be a racing. Oh,
Yeah, which category is this again?
2.
Is it 2?
Category
Okay.
2.
Wait, did you say Austrian race car driver?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's
I said Austrian driver Niki Lauda.
okay. Austrian driver. Assume that it's some type of racing movie. Then
Is Crash a movie?
an old movie,
Okay.
and also a newer series. Which, if you haven't seen the series Crash, I remember watching that years ago. Must watch.
Do you remember seeing anything about an Austrian driver?
Is that not the guy from Talladega Nights? Or is he not Austrian?
He was French.
Oh yeah, French.
Also not a real person.
No, I'm just like thinking of things that would fit with the category.
Zoom, strike, snatch, swoop.
Right. Like Crash, race, racer, race. Doesn't really make sense.
Racer is a great answer
Racer?
in a pool of non-answers.
Yeah. It's the most plausible out of a lot of unplausible answers.
And the Racer is a disc, right? Somewhat new.
It is. Yeah. We can go with Racer if you want.
Yeah. I like Racer.
It's a steal.
Yeah, Racer.
All right.
You go with Racer?
Yeah.
That Racer is a disc, but so is Rush.
Ah,
Yeah,
Momentum
I knew it
disc,
like 10
September
times like that.
16th, 2024.
damn! I thought you crushed it with the Racer mention.
I thought you guys had it with Crash.
All right. That was a steal, though. Corey and Jaimen at 7-5. Right, Alex?
I have 7-6. Why do I have 7?
Yeah, we've got 6. We haven't gotten anything wrong yet,
Okay.
except for the one we got wrong.
Okay, so 7-6. That was a steal. Corey and Jaimen, category 1 or category 2? Alex, you're the new Jason.
Apparently.
I guess one.
Yeah,
Less
we've
answers over there.
All right, question 4, category 1. What term for a speller charm comes from a German word for witch? What term for a speller charm comes from the German word for witch?
A spell? No.
could it be hex?
Is a hex ever a good thing?
It's a spell.
Or is it a type of spell?
Oh, it's speller charm.
Yeah.
I don't know if it could be considered a charm. I hadn't considered that.
Oh, I don't fucking speak German, of course, so that
I
might
know.
help.
The last German to English word was puddle to poodle.
Oh, yeah.
So keep that in mind.
Oh, so maybe it's watch, weech, wench. Oh no,
That's not.
German. I want this one.
Yeah, big time. Can we hear the question one more time?
What term for a speller charm comes from the German for witch?
I'm not getting anything other than hex. I'm thinking of like terms for like a charm, enchantment.
Do they even use the letter X in German?
Yes, I think so. Is Luxembourg in Germany?
I don't know.
Is Luxembourg in Luxembourg? Shit.
Geography still not our strong suit.
Fudge.
Nope.
I don't know, man. I say hex, sure.
Okay, hex.
Is the hex a disc?
Oh, wow.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, that definitely is.
Axiom Discs, February 22nd, 2021. Whew. Randy and Alex, what do you got? 1 or 2?
I am good either way, as usual.
Well, We messed up the last one in 2.
Yeah. I'm happy to go to 1.
Yeah, let's go to 1.
All right, let's go to 1.
All right, question 5, category 1. What term describes a formalized series of actions or ceremonies often performed in a specific order, typically associated with cultural or religious practices? What term describes a formalized series of actions or ceremonies often performed in a specific order, typically associated with cultural or religious practices?
Sounds like a ritual.
Yeah, I like that.
You guys good?
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Is the ritual a disc?
It doesn't sound like a disc.
No, I want to go no.
I think I'm happy with no.
Mm-hmm.
Negative, February 8th, 2024.
Negative.
That's it. That's negative. That's
Yeah, it doesn't say negative
brand.
discs or anything, just negative.
Golly.
So it's 8-8, final round. Corey and Jaimen, category 1 or 2. Am I good, Alex?
That's what I got.
All right. Just
All comes down to this, Jaimen. I don't know what category I hate less.
I've been liking category 1.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you don't get a Greek mythology question. Yeah, I say 1.
What was the name of the HBO docuseries that helped bring down Robert Durst after he seemingly confessed to murder in the finale? What was the name of the HBO docuseries that helped bring down Robert Durst after he seemingly confessed to murder in the finale?
Chocolate starfish and hot dog flavored water.
No, that's Fred Durst.
Oh, damn it.
Crap. HBO docuseries are definitely not my forte. The Tiger King was on Netflix, right?
Yeah. HBO series? Spell, prophecy, whammy, heck, ritual.
Crap.
What was the docuseries about? Oh, murders.
Yeah. Rob Durst? Mr. Durst?
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
This
I
is
get
not.
this one.
This is hard.
Voodoo.
Curse? Voodoo?
Curse is kind of cool.
Man, I don't have any real guess though.
No, those are two guesses.
Not a real one. I'm just throwing stuff at the wall, seeing what sticks. Trying to think. Curse, witchcraft. Yeah, curse is kind of the best thing that I got.
I like curse.
But let's go with it, I guess, right?
Yep.
All right.
That's a good guess. What do you got, Randy and Alex?
Curse was what was in my head. Voodoo wasn't a bad thought either.
This is one you either know or you don't. But it's last because you could, in theory, figure it out based on the previous answers.
I'm gonna walk through the whole show and try to jog my own memory because I can't remember it.
Did you watch it?
So my roommate watched it, and I watched a lot of it.
This is another example of where Randy knows everything about it but the name. That's my favorite. Those are my favorite.
Oh, this is awful. This rich guy murdered his wife, and he got away with it for years and got brought in for questioning like multiple times, and then would do like shady things in the future and then get like brought in for those things. And then eventually he's being interviewed for this show, and he's got a mic like on his collar, and he's answering all these questions and being interviewed, and like everything's going great. And then he excuses himself to go to the bathroom and then talks to himself out loud and confesses to the whole thing. Like,
I killed them all, or something, something like that. Like, yeah,
it was wild. That didn't help me. It's not. I don't know. Confession doesn't fit the category. Oh man, I'm really sad right now.
Well, we got nothing left in this category, so we can just start naming off things. So, like Corey had said voodoo. That's not a terrible thought, but I don't like it in this context.
I don't think it's a supernatural word, if I'm remembering correctly, but it's, oh man,
not supernatural.
I might be wrong. It's definitely not voodoo or curse. Obviously, they said curse. Like nothing magic is popping into my head when I'm thinking about this like show title. I still want to know how whammy fits in.
I'm coming up with nothing on this one.
Oh my god, it's something to do with like incriminating yourself is like all I'm thinking of. Anything about witches getting like convicted? Any
like
words
possession or something like that?
No.
What about like a witch hunt or something like that?
Oh, Jinx.
Jinx sounds really good.
Going with it.
You guys good with that?
I'm happy with Jinx, yeah.
Yep.
Is the Jinx
nice
a disc?
Yes.
Despite being spelled with an X.
Good find.
Let's go.
I mean, they don't really use X's in German, so.
No.
It's actually spelled JINCHS or JY.
Is the Jinx? It feels like a really bad disc to have in your bag.
It does, but I mean, yeah, let's go no. Why not?
Going no?
Correct.
You are correct.
Nice.
Hey.
All right. So final question. If you get this right, you win. If you get it wrong, they have a chance to tie. Question 6, category 2. What verb that would fit into this category comes from a noun meaning the talons or claws of a bird of prey? What verb that would fit this category comes from a noun meaning the talons or claws of a bird of prey?
I don't know.
Only word coming to mind is grasp.
Yeah.
I drew a bird with talons on my whiteboard.
Nice.
Didn't help.
Grasp is not
Does it have
bad.
large talons?
It does. Disproportionately large.
My Napoleon Dynamite. Corey, while we're waiting on them to answer, how you doing in fantasy this week?
This week, not good. I was in my other league, my non-Bickersmith league. I was.
Wait a second. We can't just like occupy the fucking time. 15 seconds, asshole. Let's just give it. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I mean, Grasp is not a bad one. I'm not really thinking of anything else. You know, it's something fast. It's something grabby. It's something.
Do you think Falcon Punch is a disc game?
Yeah, I got nothing other than Grasp.
Let's go with it.
You go with that?
Yeah.
Yep.
Corey and Jaimen, for a potential tie, what verb that would fit this category comes from a noun meaning the talons or claws of a bird of prey?
Got anything, Corey?
Wait, he said verb and then the tail? I'm confused.
What verb that would fit this category comes from a noun meaning the talons or claws of a bird of prey?
Strike, snatch, rush. Okay, so a verb that comes from the noun of their feet.
Yeah, so other ways to think of talons.
Yes.
Question 6 of this week are tough.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah. That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
While they're thinking spell, prophecy, whammy, you guys don't know, put the whammy on them?
I've heard of that, but I didn't really I didn't really know it in context of like a supernatural thing.
Yeah, hex, ritual, and jinx. I got to get a little looser with the categories.
Sure.
Ritual and prophecy, but spell, whammy, hex, jinx. I mean, the ritual and prophecy fit, but they made me have to extend the category a little more to like spells and such.
Yeah, I was just thinking big money, no whammy the entire time.
Can you say the question one more time?
What verb that would fit this category comes from a noun meaning the talons or claws of a bird of prey?
Damn it.
Oh, no. Fuck.
I came up with claw, but claw doesn't work because it's in the name.
Frig, that claw sounded so...
Pierce? Yeah. Snatch, swoop.
Swipe? No.
Swipe? That's better. We're getting there. Man, I thought claw was perfect.
Yeah, damn it.
Yeah.
Swoop, snatch, strike, zoom.
Dip, dodge, dug, dodge.
Yeah.
Dive. Kind of makes sense, but not really. Talons in the question.
I say we go with claw.
It's such a good answer, but it's definitely not the answer.
Claws is in
Claw.
the question.
Claws? Yeah, I mean, hey, if you want to go for it, there's no clause that says it can't be in the answer.
You know, claw?
I am.
I guess, yeah.
We were looking for pounce.
Would have never got that.
Pounce?
So
Nope.
far off the
Had
mark.
no clue.
XUFO Ace Mold Company Limited, September 30th, 2024. So that means Randy and Alex, 10-8. Tight, but they win it. Anything before we go?
Jaimen, how was my conductor explanation?
Oh, that was fucking embarrassing. No, you were no, you were fine. That was the closest. So the conductor, the notes and the some stylistic stuff is written on the page, but it's not interpreted. So conductors, through those weird movements and stuff, they're interpreting how they want you to stretch phrases out. There's something called rubato, which is the push and pull of the rhythm, meaning that sometimes the rhythm speeds up, sometimes it slows down. There's things like accelerandos where you need to speed up as a group at the same time, which is what the conductor does, but also in smaller, younger groups, they're usually just like, hey, you guys play now kind of thing, because sometimes you have like 8 to 16 measures of rests and middle schoolers get distracted.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I think middle school was the last time I did anything with like music and that sort of like band style music. So
yeah, I'm mostly just like a flight controller going like, all right, now you start, now you stop, and hey, what the heck? Why are you playing right now? Kind of stuff.
I just want to point out that I only said maestro because I watched Seinfeld. But I knew conductor. I just kept calling it maestro.
I mean, it's a good nickname.
He was the maestro.
Yeah, I don't think I can consider myself a maestro. That's like the professional term for it, I guess.
So next week we're going to talk about New York Team Challenges. See if I got this right. Jaimen and Corey, you guys don't play till the end of the month, right?
Yes, ours is the 26th.
Is there anything else that's coming up weekend that I need to take note of other than New York Team Challenge? And Jason's tournament, of course, which I'm 50-50 about until Corey said there were 6 fucking holes that are over 400 feet.
Well, I think he's playing like different parts for those.
Yeah, no, I get that. I just thought I played the 9-hole loop, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I can deal with this.
Yeah, it's much more spread out. It was definitely by the time I was done the first round, like you do a lot of walking.
All right, then. Anything I missed? Anything anybody wants to mention?
Make sure you're signing up for the Stonewall Classic if you can play.
Absolutely.
Randy mentioned that the Turkey Throwdown signups are happening.
Oh yeah.
There are 10 spots or like 5 teams left. So
Anybody need a partner?
Make it by Friday.
I'm playing with Kyle, and our team name is No Crust, No Problem.
Nice.
Referencing Uncrustables.
Is that so you don't lose to Kyle this week?
No, I just want to utilize some of Kyle's skills and a lot of my skills to absolutely crush these people.
Yeah, it would have been smarter to play with a guy who beat him by a stroke at that course.
What day is the Turkey Throwdown?
Yes, that's a good point.
It's the Saturday after Thanksgiving, the 30th.
Yeah.
I mean, Jaimen, you should probably hit up Kate Clay, and then we could have a proper mixed division. Because right now it's the Lasassos and the Bemuses.
I normally don't play it,
I'm
but
gonna
if
do that right now.
somebody needs a partner, then I would probably play.
Okay. I just started messaging Kate. I will let you know what happens, Alex. Sorry.
Yeah, no worries. It is purely a if someone needs somebody, I will play type of thing.
All right. Well, thank you, Corey, Jason, Alex, Randy, Jaimen, and the Claymissioner Kaitlyn Clay. And sweet up, Hudson Valley.
Thanks, Pat.
Thanks, Matt.
Thanks, Pat.
Thanks, Pat.
Thanks, Pat.
everybody.
You know, Alex, your silly little New England Team Challenge event took money out of my pocket. I'm trying to collect more entry fees.
Yeah.
Throw in the fact that Warwick had AMs too. You know?
Yeah.
Now, Alex, okay, here's the thing. Let's pretend you didn't have a team challenge this past weekend. Battle of Saratoga or Warwick AMs? What are you playing?
That is a good question.
Probably Warwick, because he's never played Heiser yet. You can just play Warwick. He played Warwick, which is kind of
that
crazy
would
to
be
say
tough.
you played Warwick and not Heiser.
If I didn't have team challenge, then theoretically I would have been planning for things, planning for playing Battle of Saratoga. So I might have gone and done the practice round beforehand and done it. I don't know. There's a certain value to keeping the meme going of never playing Heiser.
And Warwick, you get to play all 4 layouts.
Yeah, I know I like Warwick. I don't know if I like Heiser. I don't.
You haven't even played there for a fun round?
Nope. No casual rounds, no practice rounds, no monthlies, no rated rounds, nothing.
Which is kind of impressive.
Yeah.
Eventually I probably will, but it was not this time.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
Pat, have you played Heiser Creek before?
No, I was just going to say, for me, though, that's not...
No, that's understandable.
I'm looking at the New York Team Challenge. I think I played Burbine once.
In the snow.
Yeah. Stonykillers I've played a good amount of times. Central Park, I did play a tournament there years ago, and then a couple times, I think, with Team Challenge. J Park, probably played the most on here, Minekill. I've never played Saratoga. Never played Albatross Creek. Played Stephen P. Wallace once for Team Challenge. And haven't played Wilcox in several years, but a few times. Maybe 4 or 5 times on Wilcox. So I haven't played a lot of the courses up there. Last time we talked, none of you had played Albatross Creek yet, right?
I still haven't.
Do you know when you play them? You probably go month by month, right? You're not too worried about.
Yeah, I haven't looked that far ahead. The schedule is out, so theoretically I could have known this.
Yeah.
But,
Well, I'm the one who wrote it. Alex and I have no idea, so.
I was going to say that you could speak for J Park, because I don't know when we play him either.
Let's see.
great. I just have it in my calendar as New York
J
Team
Park
Challenge.
plays December and January for Chatham Hill.
Oh, yeah.
It's somewhere here.
Yeah, so week 3 and week 4, or month 3 and month 4.
Chatham Hills away at the North in January. Okay, cool.
I guess since I'm looking at this, why are there only 3 teams playing in December? There looks like there's a bye.
Yeah, it's a big bye month. Because
That's
every
how it
team
worked
had
out.
to have a bye, and there's less months than teams. So 1 month was a lot of the teams, 3 of the teams. Well, every other month is just 1 team.
I'm confused.
Because there's 9 teams.
Oh, there's 9 teams.
Yeah. There's 1 team on a bye every month.
Okay.
And then 1 month had to have 3 buys because every team had to have a bye.
So there's 2 new teams this year?
No, there's only 1 new team. Last year we had 8 teams.
I thought it was 7 teams last year for some reason.
7 matches, 8 teams.
That's probably... Wait, but that's weird. Okay, so the year before... Okay, we've been following this shit for way too long. It was the year before that there were 7 teams, and then Tower of Power made it an even 8, and now the North goes and screws it all up and makes it 9. Okay.
Yep. Yeah.
Does that mean one team doesn't play another team? Like each team doesn't play everybody?
Each team doesn't play all the teams. Yeah.
Yeah, you've got 2 teams that you don't play.
2? Oh, because you count yourself and
well, 3 if you count yourself. We ticked down.
But that's what I'm saying. Like I never do the subtract 1 thing.
Yeah, we ticked down the number of matches.
Yeah.
So it's 6 matches. So
it's 6.
teams.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's another bit of new information I didn't know.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not that I go looking for this information or ask about it. I just okay. So 6 matches. So Randy got a little bit of his way. Man, you start captaining a team, you can bully people around apparently to get your way. No.
Yeah, I had to make a whole new team to get my way.
Hey. Okay. Well, it does make more sense. Like if you have 9, there'd be that huge temptation to play everybody.
Yeah.
With doing 6 matches, it's like there's no way. We'll just, So you're getting close to like divisions and such.
Yeah, almost.
Yeah. I still liked my idea, but I am happy with what we came up with. So.
Yeah, you better be.
No, absolutely. You could argue like with what you have now, you could do 3 divisions and then you'd rotate out 1 division. I don't know if that would work mathematically, but that's what you guys are for. I come up with ideas and you guys tell me if they're horrible or not.
Divisions don't quite work until you reach 10 teams.
Okay.
Is what I have found out by trying to make the schedule.
But have you ever seen Jason's circular one?
Yeah,
don't you have one of those?
Send me that. Yeah.
Yeah, I had a weird concept for 9 teams, 3 teams per division, 3 divisions, and you play the 2 teams in your division twice, and then 2 crossover matches. But it got very complicated very quickly.